What if Luka and Trae never got traded for each other and played for each other's teams? I hope you enjoy the video. All right, so we all know that infamous trade that the Hawks did to get Trae Young. They initially had the 3rd pick, but they wanted Trae Young all along, so they traded down to get Trae Young, and they also got a Mavs pick by doing so, because ultimately the Mavs wanted Luka Doncic. But the Hawks ended up taking Luka from the Mavs at 3rd, and then just like kind of trading Luka to they essentially drafted Luka for the Mavs, but got the player they wanted anyways and a 1st round pick in return, who ended up being Cam Reddish. So basically, we're gonna do this trade, and we're gonna see what if like the trades never happened essentially, and the Mavericks, let's just say in this world, ended up having Trae Young, and the Hawks ended up having Luka Doncic. So basically, we will do this all the way until the current 2K, which is NBA 2K24, the date of this recording. I figured I'd do this just because it's fitting. Luka is going in his first finals. Either it depends when you're watching this. I'm recording this the 5th, so the day before the actual finals is the 6th. I'm gonna try and have this up so it's on the day of the finals, but yeah, we're just gonna do this on every single 2K to kind of get an idea of what would happen. I'm only interfering in the fact that I'm trading Trae Young for Luka basically every time, and also I'm adding in Cam Reddish next year. So basically, Trae Young will be traded for Luka Doncic and Cam Reddish every single sim league. And that's really about it. I'm just going to put them on the current team that they had at the time and see just who performs better, you know? So right now, the Dallas Mavericks have Trae Young at the starting position, Wesley Matthews, Harrison Barnes, Dirk Nowitzki, DeAndre Jordan. And then off their bench, they have a young Dennis Smith Jr., who, honestly, I feel bad for Dennis Smith Jr. I really do. JJ Barea, Dwight Powell, Salah Mejri, Maxi Kleber too. Do I here make Dennis Smith Jr. a shooting guard? No, you know what? I'm not interfering with the team. One rule I did change though is I turn off injuries, just to obviously you don't want to see Luka or Trae Young get injured in this. But for the Hawks, we now have Jeremy Lin, Luka, Torian Prince, John Collins, Alex Len, and off their bench there's Ken Bazemore, Dwayne Dedmon, Vince Carter. Wow, Vince Carter for the Hawks and Dirk for the Mavs. That's damn. Also Justin Anderson and Kevin Huerter. Honestly, if you guys think let's say the Hawks in this hypothetical situation actually got Luka Doncic, do you think they'd be in the finals? Within what, Luka's been in the league, 5 years, 6 years now? Do you guys think within those 6 years Luka has a finals appearance like he does now? Stat wise, Luka, man, bro, this guy maybe had like two 2Ks where he was below 90, and after that it's just been high 90s, mid 90s. I think it was this one, he's a 79, and in 2K20 he's like an 86, 87, something like that. Badge wise, Luka has pick and roll maestro on silver, lob city passer on bronze, and that's it. He has like a few, I forgot what these called, like spark badges, spark 2K badges. And Trae Young has catch and shoot bronze, corner specialist bronze, deep range deadeye bronze, limitless range bronze, and a few spark plug badges. So the Mavericks actually play the Hawks October 24th. So we'll simulate through here and kind of get an idea how both teams do. Actually, what I want to do is automation can be automatic. I'm not controlling anything. If you guys want to make a trade, make a trade. Hopefully they don't trade Trae Young or Luka in this year or the next year. After that, I don't think they will get traded. Maybe in 2K24 actually Trae Young might be tradable. But so what I'm gonna do just to play it safe is Trae Young will be untouchable, and then Luka for the Hawks will be untouchable. Great. So now this is their first matchup. The Hawks are 3-0 and the Mavericks are 1-2. So far, I know it's very the sample size is very small, but as of now, the Hawks seem to be winning with this trade. It's a pretty close game to start with. No, the Hawks are kind of just blowing out. It wasn't that much of a blowout. 50-point game in the first ever matchup. Luka dropped 19, 4, and 10, and Trae Young 23, 2, and 4. You can safely say Luka had the better game here. 8 for 10 from the field. Trae Young 7 for 14, 3 for 4 from the 3-point line. They play next December 12th. Okay, cool. So similarly there, we'll take a halftime break and take a look at standing stats and like how good their team is offensively and defensively and whatnot. The Hawks are 13-13. They are not in the playoffs. Play-in is not it's not a thing yet in this 2K. Offensively, both teams are actually pretty bad. The Mavericks are almost dead last, and then the Hawks with Luka aren't doing that good. So both offenses are really bad. Defensively, how are the teams? The Hawks are the second best defense, and the Mavericks with Trae Young are the worst defense. So they're one of the worst offense and worst defense. That's tough. They're 8-17. Oof, that is not good. Not good. This places the Mavericks second to last, and this places the Hawks, what is that, 8 seed? Not 9 seed? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, they're the 9 seed, so they could compete for a playoff spot right now. Individually, Trae Young is leading the Mavericks with 21 points per game, 2.5 rebounds, 4.5 assists, 1 steal. He's shooting 44% from the field, 45 about from the three-point line, 84 from the free throw, and 32 minutes. And then Luka is, he's actually not doing that good. He progressed to an 80 overall, though. I think he was, what was he? 78? I really don't remember his overall, but he's averaging about 13 points, 5.5 rebounds, 6 assists, a steal and a half, 46% from the field, about 42 from the three-point, and 75. So right now, although Luka has a better record, it would probably be because he has a better team. Yeah, I would assume it's because he has the better team, but honestly, Trae Young is putting up way better numbers at this moment. So, in their last matchup of this season, because I doubt they're going to meet in the playoffs, aka the finals, the Mavericks are... Okay, it's actually a pretty close game. It's a tied game, 1 minute 13 to go. So we're going to jump in here. I want to see what's going to happen. Imagine Luka or Trae Young get a buzzer beater right now, right here. Okay, so the Mavericks have the ball. DeAndre Jordan inbounds it to Trae Young. It is a 1-point game for the Hawks. 1 minute to go. Dallas has possession. Ooh, they're actually guarding each other. That is hella cool. Trae Young's trying to put him on an ISO, but Luka's clapping him up right now. Pass it out to Dennis Smith Jr. Dennis Smith Jr. in the corner being guarded by Jeremy Lin. Drives in, pump fakes, back to Dirk. Dirk pull up, not a pull up, but a midi. Misses it. That was probably wide open as hell. Jeremy Lin now has the ball. He's tired. Luka wide open 3. Breaks it. DeAndre Jordan with the rebound. There's about 40 seconds left, so there's maybe 2 more possessions. Dennis Smith Jr. brings it up. Pass it to Trae Young. Trae Young midi. Misses it. Rebound and put back. Harrison Barnes gets fouled. So now the Dallas Mavericks have the chance to take a 1-point lead here. First one is up and good. Dude, my remote's going crazy right now. These sirens, dude. It's so weird because I have everything on mute. So I mean, goddamn, I hope it doesn't get too loud. The mic doesn't pick it up. About 36 seconds to go. The Hawks have the ball. They pass it to Jeremy Lin, who's no longer tired. Luka does not seem to be in the game. Neither is Trae Young. Both of them are out of the game. Jeremy Lin gets blocked by DeAndre Jordan. Back to Jeremy Lin, blocked by DeAndre Jordan again. DeAndre Jordan is hyped. Oh my god, is he hyped. Hawks another timeout. They have 11 seconds to go. Maybe they put back in Luka Doncic and he redeems himself after that missed three-pointer right there. Alex Len's going to inbound the ball to Jeremy Lin. It looks like Jeremy Lin has 10 seconds to go. There's about like a 10-second differential, shot clock and game clock. He's doing some weird moves. Pass it out. Ken Bazemore pump fakes in the corner. Pumps again. Mid-range contested. DeAndre Jordan with the rebound. I have the speaker on this remote. Anyways, Dennis Smith Jr. has the ball. First free throw is up and good. It's a 2-point game. Second free throw is up and it's off. Okay, so they have time here. They have time. 7 seconds to go. Jeremy Lin's gonna sprint up the court. Corner shot. Ken Bazemore. Oh, he got the green light animation. He just turned around and looked at the bench. 1-point game. Trae Young and the Dallas Mavericks down a point. The Dallas Mavericks, Trae Young, are down 1 point now. They have the ball. Trae Young is not on the court. DeAndre Jordan inbounds it to... Oh, Dirk is wide open. Damn, DeAndre Jordan, you really messed that up. Midi contested. Yeah, that's done. I think the Hawks went 2-0 here in this series. Yep. The Hawks are 2-0. So, okay. We'll go straight to the trade deadline. We'll take a look at the teams. If either team made any moves to help their team out, what their records are, player stats, and whatnot. Rookie of the Year conversations, too. We'll look at those award races. It is still the first year, so there's a lot to go through. Honestly, Trae Young I think Trae Young in the next like 2Ks will be really, really good. So our first trade deadline, the Mavericks with Trae Young are 14-39, and the Hawks are 25-28 with Luka. I don't think either or are in the playoffs. I really don't. The Hawks, yeah. So they're still the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, they are in the playoffs. They're 8th right now, if I believe. Yeah, they're in the playoffs. 25-28. Honestly, 2 more games, and they're looking at like a top 6 seed right here. Whereas the Mavericks are dead last, so that's not good. I mean, the team is old. They're probably just getting carried by a young Trae Young. Team stats offensively, I'm assuming they're both bottom. The Hawks are 26th and the Mavericks are 29th. Yep. And then defensively, the Hawks are really good defensively, so that's what's winning them the games right now. And then the Mavericks are about dead last. Stat wise, Luka climbs up a little bit. 13.3 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, about 1.2 steals, 45 from the field, 37 from the 3-point line, and 78 from the free throw. And Trae Young goes down down a little bit, 20, still about at 21 points, 2 rebounds, 4.5 assists, about 1.1 steal, 44 from the field, 43 from the 3-point line, and 85 from the free throw. Rookie report, we have Trae Young leading rookies in scoring. Assists, we have Luka leading in assists. Rebounds, we have Luka at 7th and Trae Young is 12th. Steals wise, we have Luka at 4, Trae Young at 6. Blocks, well, just look at everything. Luka's 9th and Trae Young's 13th. Turnovers, Trae Young's number 1, Luka's number 3. That's not something you want to be number one in. 3-point percent, we have basically Trae Young at 2nd and Luka at 4th. Free throw, we have, I'm not going to include these two here. Or you know what, we could include Mikal Bridges. I think he's played a good enough amount of minutes to be included in this. So Trae Young is 3rd and Luka is 6th. Okay, that's pretty cool. I guess, Kate, the teams, did we make or did they make any trades to help their team out? No, it's just that one trade, the Hawks trade there. So it seems like it's just the Luka and Trae Young trade that both teams did. So we'll go straight to the end of the season. I don't think any of them are going to make the playoffs, maybe the Hawks. So we'll go ahead and spectate them for a little bit. If they're like maybe a little bit below 500, they might make the playoffs. But if it starts going down and down, I don't think they're making the playoffs here. Oof, I don't know. They're 37-45. I don't think that's playoffs in the East right now. MVP goes to Stephen Curry. Trae Young wins Rookie of the Year. Tyreek Evans, 6-man. Giannis DPOY. Blake Griffin, MIP. Steve Kerr, Coach of the Year with a 64-18 record. All-NBA first, we have Stephen Curry, Westbrook, Giannis, Kawhi, DeMarcus Cousins. All-NBA second, Marcus Gasol, LeBron, AD, Chris Paul, James Harden. All-NBA third, Jimmy Butler, D'Lo, Blake Griffin, Paul George, and Andre Drummond. All-defensive first, Oladipo, John Wall, Giannis, Kawhi, Rudy Gobert. All-defensive second, Al Horford, AD, Draymond, Chris Dunn, Jimmy Butler. All-rookie first, we have Trae Young and Luka both making. Colin Sexton, DeAndre Ayton, Marvin Bagley. All-rookie second, Kevin Knox, Michael Porter Jr., Mo Bamba, Wendell Carter Jr., and Triple J. Okay, the Hawks are not in the playoffs. They ended up choking it and not making it. They finished, one game away. They were literally 1 game away from tying the Cavs, and then probably would have went to like who had the better matchup against each other. And the Mavericks out west finished 23-59, so literally the worst, I would say the worst record. No, 1 win away from being the worst team in the whole league. Season stats, we had Luka dropping down to about 12.5 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, a steal, 1.2 steals. Badges stayed the same. We have now Trae Young. He finished the season with 21 points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists, almost a steal and a half. I think he stayed with the same badges. I don't think you could progress a badge mid-season. I'm not sure though. Don't quote me on that. Rookie report, we have Trae Young leading the rookies in points. Rebounds, Luka was 7th. Trae Young finished 12th. Assists, Luka led the rookies in assists. Trae Young was 3rd. Steals, Trae Young and Luka 3rd and 4th. Blocks, we had Luka 9th and Trae Young 13th. And finally, turnovers, Trae Young was 1st and Luka 3rd. Even though none of them made the playoffs, I'm still going to simulate the entire playoffs just in case someone went to see who the hell won. I'm assuming it's going to be the Raptors and Golden State. Just okay. No, it's OKC. And then the Toronto Raptors win. Kawhi Leonard, is this their first year with Kawhi? I think so, but they win the championship. All right, so in 2K20, the Hawks have 88 overall Luka Doncic, 85 John Collins. You know what? Let's do it like this right here. So Sean Livingston at the starting point guard. Luka is a small forward in this 2K. 75 overall for Sean Livingston, 77 overall Kevin Huerter, 88 overall Luka, John Collins 85, Alex Len 77. And off the bench, Jabari Parker, DeAndre Hunter, Damian Jones, Evan Turner, Chandler Parsons. And for the Mavericks side, assuming they drafted, let's just say in this world they draft Cameron Reddish and they end up living the same trajectory as whatever the hell it is. We have Trae Young 85 overall, so Luka's technically the better overall now. At the starting point guard, we have shooting guard 77 overall Tim Hardaway Jr., 75 Cam Reddish, 87 overall Kristaps Porzingis, 76 Boban. Off the bench, Dwight Powell 77, DeLon Wright 77, JJ Barea 76, Jalen Brunson. Bro, imagine Jalen Brunson like right now in today's day was on the Mavericks with Kyrie and Luka. Oh my god. Anyways, I think the Mavericks team is better. They have an 87 and 85, whereas the Hawks 88, 85. I think the Mavericks team is better. They could make a push for the playoffs here, but it is the West, so who the hell knows really. Their first matchup is a little bit before the trade deadline. I actually didn't look at the Rising Stars for the first 2K, so that's my bad. Maybe something good happened there. So I guess we'll simulate just literally a day before their first matchup, see how the teams perform and whatnot. Let me turn off this. I always forget to turn off the automation so I don't control anything any team does. And then Untouchables, we will will make both Trae Young and Luka untouchable. Just to save us some time. If let's say they do get traded, it'll just be annoying to deal with. Okay, so a day before their first matchup, the Mavericks are not looking too good, 12-36 despite having Trae Young and KP. Whereas the Hawks are 21-28. They're about a game away. They can honestly pass the Hornets here. I don't know who the Hornets have, but they can make sneak their way into the 8th seed in this year. Yeah, the Hornets are not good. The Hornets are not good. So the Hawks could definitely sneak up over here. Anyway, standings. We obviously saw. Okay, no, they're actually the 10th seed, but they can still climb up. And the Mavericks, I'm assuming, are dead last. They're 12-36. They're the worst team in the league right now. So that's not looking too good over there. Player stats. We have Trae Young, 20.5 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists. Not averaging a steal, not averaging a block. Shooting 47 from the field. We'll do it like this. 47 from the field, 42 from the 3-point line, and about 87 from the free throw. And the Hawks with Luka averaging 21.5, 7 rebounds, almost 8 assists, 1 steal, 30, almost 40% from the 3-point. 39 about 70% from the free throw. Okay, so it's safe to say Luka's having a better season. I didn't take a look at badges, but Luka has a godly amount of badges. 0 defensive, playmaking as flashy passer, and a bunch of silvers. Shooting, he has a few gold, a lot of gold actually, and a lot of silver. And for finishing, he has just silver and bronze badges for finishing. Trae Young has 1 defensive badge, and Luka doesn't. I don't know how I feel about that. Playmaking, a bunch of gold and silver badges for playmaking. Shooting, I would assume the same thing. 1 gold shooting badge. I don't know. And then finishing, 2 gold, a bunch of silver. I don't know. The badges seem to be a little iffy right now. Team stats. Offensively, the Hawks are 10th in the league, and then the Mavericks are like bottom 5 right now. Defensively, so the Mavericks are the worst, and Hawks are about like bottom 10 defensively. Anyways, award races, I would say it's safe to assume maybe not in like the first 3 2Ks. There's not going to be anyone MVP conversations, but their first matchup, we will simcast it. I think the Mavericks win this one. I think they're going to upset. I'm going to be honest. It's a pretty close game. It's going back in fourth quarter. Oh my, we love these close games. 97-97, about a minute and a half to go. So Trae Young is at the line, shooting either 3, 2, or 1 free throw. I don't know. It's a tied game. It's to take the lead. His third, second, or first free throw. Oh, I'm shooting it. Oh my god. Okay, wait. I was glitching for a second. We'll just go ahead and do that. Okay, cool. Trae Young shoots it. It's up and good. That remote is so annoying. Oh my god. Second free throw is a green. So it is a 2-point game. Mavericks have the ball. Is Luka on the court? Luka is not on the court. Did he foul out? Who knows? Shaw Livingston has the ball. He's being guarded by Tingus Pingus. Pass it to John Collins. John Collins pump fakes Trae Young. Goes back out to the free throw line. He could have went up with that. DeAndre Harder to Jabari Parker. Jabari Parker is driving. Does a little in-between tween. Driving all the way. Lay. And he misses it. Gets his own rebound. Passes it to Kevin Huerter. Kevin Huerter open 3. Misses it. Tim Hardaway with the rebound. Up to Mavericks. 53 seconds to go. He's about to get a turnover. No, he's not. Trae Young open 3 in the corner. Shoo, misses. Bismack Biyombo to rebound, misses it, put back, fouled, shooting 2 free throws. Now, this is a crazy game. I don't know how. Respect to commentators for just being able to commentate so fast sometimes. Bismack Biyombo, first free throw was up and is missing. Second free throw is up for a 3-point lead, and he makes it. 44 seconds to go. Luka is in the game now. Kevin Huerter is going to inbound the ball. Pass it to Shaw Livingston. Shaw Livingston is going to bring it up, being guarded by Trae Young. Crisscross applesauce. NBA 2K20 is 22 is ready. Shaw Livingston lays it up for lay. Cuts it down to 1 point. Trae Young. There's about like 13 seconds in the shot clock, game clock. Trae Young is open lane, pulls up midi, close shot, boom. Hawks call timeout, down 3 points. They have about 1 shot clock here to go. Luka seems to be mad. Oh, he's mad. Luka's for sure mad. Shaw Livingston with the ball. Open lane again, just blows by Trae Young, but Bismack's presence makes him miss it. Shaw Livingston then fouls Trae Young. Trae Young probably going to make both of these. First free throw was up and misses. Never the hell mind. Second free throw was up and he makes it in. So it is a 4-point game. They could still win this. If they make a 3, foul again, they got to hope that they miss one. But Luka has the ball, being guarded by, I think that's Dennis Smith Jr. John Collins with the, open lane. I can't do this. He gets the open lane dunk though. Commentating is really hard, man. Like live commentary like this. Game by game and whatnot. Trae Young back at the line. If he makes both of these, I'm just gonna simulate it. Yeah, makes the first one. They're up 3. Makes this one. This is the dagger. It is the dagger. So We'll just go ahead and simcast the rest of it. Yep, it was done. They didn't score. Okay, so the Mavs with the upset here. The worst team in the league beats a team fighting for a playoff spot right now. And then we'll go to the trade deadline. We'll see if they did any trades, all-star captains and all-stars, whatnot. Let's see, did any of them make any all-star teams? Luka made an all-star team, but no Trae Young. No Trae Young in sight. So at the trade deadline, the Hawks, they outside of doing the trade that we did, they signed Raymond Felton, Brandon Goodwin to the G League, and they traded Damon Jones for Nicolo Melli. Whereas the Mavericks, they traded Boban, got Bismack Biyombo, and they signed Marquise Chris. Okay. The Mavericks did some decent moves, honestly, better than what the Hawks did. Second matchup, February 22nd. I think the Hawks are going to take this one pretty convincingly. We're going to simcast this one. It's a pretty close game again. But no, the Hawks are going to blow out. Hawks are blowing out. 19-point game. View box score. Luka 47, 8 and 6, 2 steals, 18 for 22 from the field, 4 for 4 from the 3-point line. Trae Young, 20 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, 6-11 from the field, about 50% from the 3, shooting 4 for 8. I actually didn't take a look at stats here. Stats, Trae Young, 21, 3 and 7, and Luka, 18, 8 and 11. Yeah, he definitely had a way better game in the second one. So we'll simulate to the end of the season. Hopefully, where are the Hawks sitting at right now? Hopefully, we get one team in the playoffs. Doesn't seem like it, though. They're about 4 games away, so they could still push. There's like about 20 more games. I would love to see one of them make the playoffs. More content, obviously. But if not, I would assume the next 4 years, we're going to have, probably going to have all of them make the playoffs. Yeah, never mind. The Hawks are definitely not making the playoffs. We're 0 for 2 right now. 0 for 4 technically because we have 2 teams in 2 years. Definitely no playoffs. 34 and 48. Giannis MVP. We have John Morant Rookie of the Year. D'Lo 6-man. Giannis DPOY. Terry Rozier MIP. And Frank Vogel Coach of the Year 63 and 19. All-NBA first Ben Simmons. Isn't that a name? That a nice little throwback name over there. James Harden, Giannis, LeBron, Cat, All-NBA second. Jokic, PG, Luka makes a All-NBA team. We'll take a look at the stats after. Stephen Curry, Westbrook, All-NBA third. CP3, Kyle Lowry, Kevin Durant, Kristaps, and AD. All defensive first, VO, Eric Bledsoe, Giannis, Kawhi, Rudy Gobert. All defensive second, AD, PG, Draymond Green, Drew Holiday, and CP3. I got these two mixed up. All rookie first, Jaw, Zion, Darius Garland, RJ Barrett, DeAndre Hunter. All rookie second, Matisse Thybulle, Cam Reddish, Rui Hachimura, Kobe White, and Jared Culver. I just butchered like 3 names in the span of a minute, but so officially league standings, the Hawks. This is 10th seed over here. And the Mavericks were bottom seed. They were the second worst team in the league again, back-to-back years. Player stats, Trae Young averaged 19.5, 3 rebounds, 5 assists, about 1 steal, 46 from the field, 40% from the free throw line, and 85 from the free throw. Whereas Luka averaged 22, 7, almost about 7.5, 8 assists, 1 steal, 57 from the field, 41 from the 3-point line, and 71 from the free throw. Again, no one made the playoffs, but we'll simulate the playoffs anyways to see who wins. I would assume, I was going to say the Warriors, but no, they're out. It's probably gonna be the Lakers then. No, the Bucks. True. MVP and DPOY. The Bucks win the championship. Okay, so this is where it starts to get a little juicy now because Luka is becoming Demon Luka. Is a 94 overall starting shooting guard for the Hawks. Starting point guard is Jeff Teague 78, DeAndre Hunter 75, John Collins 85, Clint Capella 83. Clint Capella and Luka, that is a nasty pick and roll duo right there. Off the bench, they have Kevin Huerter, Scala Bissiere, Damian Jones, Bruno Fernando, and DeAndre Bembry. I have a feeling in 2K22, the Hawks with Luka might win the championship because that team was really good. They made the Eastern Conference Finals. Yeah, that team was nice. Or is it this year? Well, anyways, one of the 2 years they made the Eastern Conference Finals. For the Hawks, they have Trae Young, starting point guard, 88 overall. He progressed a little bit. Tim Hardaway, 79. Dorian Finney-Smith. This team's really good defensively now. So Trae Young could actually hide Trae Young. They still have Kristaps, starting center, 86. Maxi Kleber, 77. Off the bench, they have Seth Curry, Jalen Brunson, DeLon Wright, and Dwight Powell. So to say the least, they have a lot of guards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They have 5 guards in the entire team. Oh my. I don't think the Mavericks here make the playoffs, but I think the Hawks could for sure make a run for the playoffs, especially with these 2 lob threats for Luka that have progressed pretty well. I think so. Their first matchup is March 19th, so that's perfect. It's about like a trade deadline. Let me make everything automatic. I always forget to do that. Okay, a day before their first official game, 31 and 18 for the Hawks. That is really good. They're the 4th seed. Honestly, they can make their way to the 2nd seed here. I don't know about passing the Brooklyn Nets, but they could probably finish top 4 seed here. So we're gonna get some playoff content. That's good. The Mavericks are 24 and 24, so maybe they're fighting for like a 7 through 8 seed here. 24 and 24 standings. I would assume no one else is 24 and 24 other than the 8 seed, Utah Jazz. Okay, this is good. If we get both teams in the playoffs, that would be amazing. Offensively, the Hawks are number 2. Huge, and the Mavericks are 22nd. So yeah, the defense for the Mavericks is probably really good. Defensively, the Mavericks are top 10 and the Hawks are middle of the pack, but their offense is practically carrying them right now. Trae Young went up to 90 overall. He's averaging 27 points, 3.5 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 steal, 40, almost 50% from the field, 41 from the 3-point line, and 87 from the free throw. Luka Doncic is at 95 overall. Oh, no way. This isn't like it's been 2 weeks. This is, how many games in is this? This is 49 games in. Over half the season, he's averaging 42 points, 10 rebounds, 8 assists, 1 steal, 53 from the field, 45 from the 3-point line, and 76 from the free throw is nuts. These are ridiculous numbers. This is insane. Let me, so with that being done, I kind of want to take a look at award races. Yeah. Jeez, I've never seen these many points being scored. 42 points. What are his badges for him to be averaging 42 points? That is ridiculous. Finishing, he has 9 gold badges. Shooting, bro has 18 gold shooting badges. Or sorry, 14. Playmaking, he has 14 playmaking badges, 3 defensive. Trae Young has 0 defensive. Now they took away his 1 defensive badge. Was it needle threader? No, I don't know what the hell it was. Playmaking, Trae Young has like 11 playmaking badges. Shooting, Trae Young has about 11 gold too, and then finishing about like 5. Wow, though, I'm sorry, I'm stun locked from Luka's performance. 42 points and about 50 games is crazy work. What is his career high? 64. March 7, 64. This was recent. March 7 versus the Raptors. 64, 11, and 8. 14 3-pointers in a game. Is that the record at the time? Yeah, it's tied. Klay Thompson 14. Wow, Luka just tied the record. Nuts. That is nuts. Okay, well, I don't think the Mavs are gonna be able to upset here. I think Luka and the Hawks, or never mind, this is gonna be a blowout. No, they're coming back. Down 5, 4 minutes to go, down 1 point. It's a 3-point game, 1:20 to go. We're jumping despite my remote and the speaker going bang and stuff like that. So the Hawks are inbounding the ball to possibly Luka Doncic over here. Yep, Luka Doncic has the ball being guarded by Trae Young. This is it's gonna be a cook fest over here. It's not even Trae Young, Jalen Brunson misses it. John Collins with rebound, put back open. Yeah, it's down 5. I don't think if they don't score here, I think it's just a done deal. 1:10 to go. Trae Young's bringing the ball, guarded by Luka Doncic. He just, okay, illegal screen, Maxi Kleber. Yeah, no, it's done. You know what? We'll pay them some respect. We'll give the Mavericks the benefit of the doubt, and that they could get a few stops and actually make a last push here. Screen, yep, screen. Pass it to Clint Capella, I'm assuming he's gonna pass it back to Luka, or just chill at the 3-point line and dribble the ball back to Luka. Top of the key, 7 seconds to go. The fake screen cut by John Collins, fouled by Maxi Kleber, shooting 2 free throws. First free throws up, swish. Yeah, it's done. It's a done game. We'll go ahead and simcast the rest of it. I don't see the Mavericks coming back from this. Yeah, they don't. Box score 36. Trae Young played good. 36, 3-3, 1 steal, but 37, 4-9 from Luka. Yeah. That's crazy. Luka might finish the season averaging like 38 plus points. Their second game is April 9th. We'll sim here. I'm assuming trade deadline is really soon. Okay. Sim past that. Okay. Do they do any trades here? The Hawks, besides our trade, they sent Charles Brown to the G League, Brandon Goodwin to the G League, and they traded Jeff Teague for Naz Reid and Evan Turner. That's a pretty good trade, especially if they knew what Naz Reid was going to be in today's day. That's a pretty good trade. And the Mavericks, they just signed a bunch of players to the G League. They waived Trey Burke. That's it. That's all. So the Hawks, actually, they're 32 and 21. They fell off a bit. They're the 5th seed. The Mavericks are okay. 26 and 27. Good. That's good. So essentially here we want to see the Mavericks beat the Hawks in this game, so the Mavericks can make a push for the playoffs over here. So because of that, I'm rooting for the Mavericks, just because I want to see both the teams make the playoffs. It looks like it's going to be a blowout, but last time I said that, the Hawks came back. No, yeah, it's not a blowout. A 6-point game. Luka 47, 8 and 9. Trae Young 36, 1 and 5. Luka is just playing out of his damn mind. So hopefully at the end of the season, both teams can make the playoffs. I don't even care if it's the 8th seed. I just want to see both of them in the playoffs. It's safe to say both of them made the playoffs. The Mavericks are 42 and 40. Luka's MVP, averaging 40 points. I have never seen this in my damn life. 41 points, almost a 41-point triple-double. 41, 10 rebounds, almost 9 assists, 1 steal, 53 from the field, 74 from the free throw, and 44 from the three-point. Dylan Windler, Rookie of the Year, amazing stats. Yusuf Nurkic, 6-man, the DPOY, Giannis, Christian Wood, MIP, and Doc Rivers, 57 and 25, Coach of the Year. All-NBA first, Luka, Steph Curry, Giannis, LeBron, Joel Embiid. All-NBA second, Lillard, Harden, Anthony Davis, Kawhi, Cat. All-NBA third, Jokic, Siakam, Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, and Westbrook. All defensive first, PG, Ben Simmons, Giannis, Kawhi, Rudy Gobert. All defense second, Drummond, Jonathan Isaac, AD, Chris Paul, Drew Holiday. And then we'll kind of just skip the old rookies, yeah. So the Mavericks made the 6th seed and the Hawks made the 5th. Beautiful. We're getting playoff content now. Playoff basketball is starting. Team stats. Offensively, the Hawks were number 3 and the Mavericks were number 11. That's really good. Defensively, Hawks 17, so about middle of the pack, and then the Mavericks bottom 10. Trae Young this season, 29 points, about 4 rebounds, 6 assists, about 1 steal, 51 from the field, 43 from the three-point line, and 87 from the free throw. So good numbers, very good numbers, but bro, to me that's still insane. Trae Young and the Mavericks had 5 players average double digits, and then the Hawks is just 3 players because Luka just ball hog. I wouldn't say ball hog, he just was just so dominant. Definitely did not ball hog. Anyways, game by game, we'll do Hawks Cavs game 1. If the Hawks and the Mavericks could get past the first series, that's pretty hype. They take game 1, an upset. I was gonna do game by game, but honestly it's gonna take too long. The Nuggets take game 1. I'm just gonna simulate the round. Hawks sweep. Dallas they lose in 6. So now, okay, I'm getting confused, but the Hawks have Luka Doncic and the Mavericks have Trae Young. So Trae Young loses in the first round. Luka advances to the second round versus the Boston Celtics. So here we could actually do game by game. There's no option to do game by game. I can't even simcast. I think I broke 2K. I could do simulate round, simulate playoffs, force game, cancel. Okay, no, because I was on the Mavericks. Whoopsie. So we'll do game 1 versus the Celtics. Could they upset again? Nah, they're getting blown out. So the Celtics are going to take game 1. Game 2 still in Boston. It's a pretty close game, but ultimately the Celtics are going to take a 2-0 lead here. Game 3 in Atlanta. Can they not get 3-0? They're going to get 3-0. So they're probably going to get swept, simulate the round. They lose in 5. But hey, second round, that's progression. And the finals, it's going to be a Clippers-Celtics finals, and the Clippers win with PG leading them. NBA 2K22, I do got to say the Hawks are looking very nice. At the starting point guard, they have a 95 overall Luka Doncic, 81 overall, or 82. The morale boost is going up. 82 overall, Bogdan Bogdanovic, DeAndre Hunter, 80 overall, John Collins, 85, and Clint Capella, 87 to complete the starting 5. Off the bench, they have an 80 overall Gallo, 77 Kevin Huerter, DeLon Wright, 76, Double O, 75, and Georges Dieng is a 75 off the bench. This team right here, I'm pretty sure this was the team, don't quote me on this, that went to the Eastern Conference Finals versus the Bucks, right? So adding Luka, I don't know, that they might, this team could honestly, I see them winning 60 games here. They could literally make a good case for themselves. For the Mavericks, we have a Trae Young, 90 overall. He finally reached the 90s. We have Trey Burke, starting shooting guard. That's not too good, 75 overall. Tim Hardaway Jr., 79, Maxi Kleber, 77, Kristaps, 84. He went down a bit, but this is their 3rd year together. Off the bench, Jalen Brunson, 79, Moses Brown, 78, Dorian Finney-Smith, 76, and Cam Reddish, 76. So they have a lot of wing defenders. This is good alongside Trae Young, but they're not starting, so that's the only issue. The starting lineup defensively, I don't think is going to be good outside of Kristaps, really. If I were the Mavs, personally, I would have Dorian Finney-Smith start instead of Maxi Kleber, and then I would have Cam Reddish at the shooting guard position, but I'm not controlling the team. We're just doing a simulation of a what-if situation. And lo and behold, literally the first game of the season, they play each other. So we'll go ahead and simcast that right away. I have a feeling here the Hawks are going to completely annihilate, and it seems to be pretty close for now. Now that the Hawks are going to annihilate. It's a done close deal over here. It wasn't that bad of a game. Okay, no. I take everything I said back. This was a 27-point blowout. They scored 50 in the 4th quarter, so I'm assuming Luka went absolutely crazy. Trae Young dropped 30, 4-4, 1 steal, 8 from 12 from the 3. That's really good. And Luka, oh my god, 47 and 12. 9 for 15. From the 3-point line. I almost had a little moment right there, but god damn. But yeah, look at the supporting cast Luka has. It's just so good. 24 points for Bogdan, 23 and 11 from John Collins, 15 DeAndre Hunter, 14 off the bench for DeLon Ray, 9 and 3 for Double O. Clint Capella didn't even have that much of a good game. He had 0 blocks, 9 rebounds, 7 points. And then Trae Young supporting cast, 27 and 8 from KP. Tim Hardaway, 17, 4 and 3. And then the team's not as good as the Hawks team, let's just say. So far, I think just to recap halfway, we have Luka winning an MVP. We have Luka making an All-NBA first and All-NBA second. Luka and Trae Young making it in playoffs, but Luka advancing to the second round and Trae Young getting eliminated. So that's that for now, I'm pretty sure. Or no, Trae Young also got a Rookie of the Year. So safe to say right now, the Hawks would have been winning in this hypothetical situation if they kept Luka Doncic. Obviously, in today's day, we would know who would be the obvious winner, right? This is it's just a fun 2K simulation to see actually what would happen. Because low key, Trae Young's a sneaky player. He could just pop off and drop 15. He could mess around and win MVP. Okay, so before their second matchup and a little bit before the trade deadline / All-Star break, the Mavericks are pretty good. 27, I wouldn't say pretty good, but they're 27 and 26. This places them 6th in the West right now, and the Hawks are number 2. They're really close to being the first seed right now. They're 38 and 16, 1 win away from tying the Celtics right here. Player stats, we have Luka averaging almost 29. 7 rebounds, 8.5 assists, 1 steal. He's shooting 51% from the field. He's shooting 44 about from the 3-point line and 74 from the free throw. Badges, my oh my, bro. He has 50 total badges. 19 shooting, 19 playmaking, 9 finishing, 3 defensive. That's disgusting. Out in Texas, we have 32 points per game from Trae Young. Ridiculous numbers. 32 points, 4 rebounds, almost 10 assists, a 32-point double-double basically. He's shooting 51 from the field. He's shooting 45 from the 3 at an insane clip. Shooting 11 3-point shot attempts per game while shooting 45%. That is ridiculous. And he's shooting 91 from the free throw. Crazy numbers from Trae Young. Badge-wise, he has 46, 19 and 19. Shooting and playmaking like Luka. He has 8 finishing, but ultimately he doesn't have any defensive badges. Team stats. Offensively, the Hawks are number 1. And the Mavericks are number 13 in the league. Defensively, the Hawks are 5th, and the Mavericks are bottom 10. So what I thought was going to be good for the Mavericks isn't. I would assume it's because of their starting lineup. They don't have the defensive players. Yeah, they still have Maxi Kleber, Tim Hardaway, Trey Burke starting, and Cam Reddish, Dorian Finney-Smith just off the bench. Like, look at these badges. I would rather have them start, personally. But to each their own, we're going to go ahead and face our second matchup, our second and last matchup of this 2K. All-Stars, we have Luka makes 3-time All-Star. Trae Young makes the All-Star too. I don't know. I think in their matchups, I think Trae Young has only won 1 game out of the 6 games so far. So I think Luka's winning the series 5-1. But it could change, but I don't think it's gonna. Yeah, 113 to 106. Trae Young dropped 30, 3 and 7. Yeah, he shot pretty bad from the 3-point line. Kind of got clapped, but the team's not playing good. You could blame it on the Mavericks over here, honestly. But to be fair, Luka didn't have a good game either. I guess, yeah, it's just the supporting cast. You had about like 5-6 players. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6, almost 9. Almost 8 players just dropped double digits in points. Luka almost had a 17-point triple-double, and that's considered a bad game, which is even more nuts to say. So a day after the trade deadline, we got to take a look if any teams made any moves. The Hawks didn't really do much. They signed Quinn Cook. They fired their GM and then got Luka Doncic. So I guess they knew what was coming up. James Ennis, they signed him too. Skylar Mays and Solomon Hill go to the G League. And the Mavericks, I don't know why they're not doing any trades, whereas every team feels like they're doing, you know, I take that back. Yeah, I take that back. They're not. Some teams aren't really doing any trades. But at the trade deadline, the Mavericks are 20 and 28, so they could still potentially fall off. I think this is the first year the play-in was introduced, so they could still make a run here. I would like for them to be top 6, so they avoid the play-in. But the Hawks, man, they're literally tied for the first seed right now. Luka is he's just going really, bro. He might win the championship. Award races, we have Luka in the conversations. Rookie of the Year, nobody, obviously. 6th man, nobody. Defensive Player of the Year, nobody. MIP, we have Trae Young in the MIP conversation, so we might have an MVP and an MIP potentially. I think either Giannis or Luka is gonna win this MVP this year. So at the end of the season, we cannot see our official record just yet. It seems like the Hawks are 2nd, so that the Celtics probably overtook them. Giannis is your MVP. Cade Cunningham, Rookie of the Year. Andre Drummond, 6th man. Defensive Player goes to Giannis, and MIP goes to Trae Young. So Trae Young has the MIP under his belt. Wow. He shot 50, 40, 90. Probably an insane attempt clip from the 3-point line, averaged 33 basically, 4, almost 10, 1 steal. And Coach of the Year, Nate McMillan. All NBA first, both of them make it, both Luka and Trae Young. So maybe not doing the trade actually benefits both of them in both teams. Maybe not. Let me not get too carried away. But also Giannis, AD, and Jokic make All NBA first, All NBA second. There's Bradley Beal, Stephen Curry, LeBron, Julius Randle, Joel Embiid. All NBA third, Bam, Sabonis, Jimmy Butler, Devin Booker, and James Harden. All defensive first, Ben Simmons, PG, Giannis, Jonathan Isaac, Rudy Gobert. All defensive second, Nerlens Noel, AD, Kawhi, Chris Paul, Drew Holiday. And all rookie first, Cade Cunningham, Jalen Suggs, Evan Mobley, Josh Giddey, Josh Green. All rookie second, James Bouknight, Jonathan Kuminga, Franz Wagner, Davion Mitchell, and Scotty Barnes. So to confirm it, I'm pretty sure this is the year the Hawks went to the Eastern Conference Finals, because this is Ben Simmons' last good year in the game, right? And this is the year where the Hawks and the Sixers faced each other, and then the Hawks beat them. So in the playoffs, the Mavericks actually make the playoffs, or play in at the moment. They're versus the Denver Nuggets, but if they advance, they have to go versus Golden State or Portland, which is not a good matchup for them. And out east, we have the Hawks making a pretty convincing playoff appearance in the 2nd seed. So we'll go ahead and simcast this. Hopefully they can make a little push for the 7th or 8th seed. I would love for both of them to make the playoffs again. It looks like so far they're gonna beat the Denver Nuggets. Yeah, okay, this is a case done deal. They're advancing to the 2nd round of the play-in, where they're gonna face the Golden State Warriors. This is not a matchup you want to see. So far, it's a really close game, but I think Golden State's gonna pull through here. Our defense for the Mavericks is just not good. So we got eliminated. The Mavericks are not in the playoffs. Instead, it's Golden State and Portland that pushes through. But in the first round, the Hawks are versus the Chicago Bulls. The Bulls have Lonzo, Zach LaVine, DeRozan, Larry Marketing, and Vooch. This was a really fun Bulls team. I'll actually rebuild them sometime in the future. Game 1 is a dub for the Bulls. Game 2 is a dub for the Hawks. Game 3, dub for the Hawks. Game 4, okay, they're up 3-1 and they're advancing. No, it ended in 6. It's a game 7. Imagine Luka loses in the first round in game 7. I mean, obviously it's in a better position to be put in a game 7 in the first round than to be eliminated in the play-in, but it looks like, damn, the Hawks are blowing a 3-1 lead to the Chicago Bulls. I mean, to be fair, the team was really good, but damn, that's embarrassing. Luka just like that eliminated in the first round. It would have been a pretty easy matchup too versus the Knicks. The Knicks had Kemba, RJ, Julius Randle. The team was pretty good too, but god damn. Same with the playoffs, we have the Blazers winning the championship at the 7th seed. From play-in to NBA Finals to NBA champs, Lillard wins his first championship and it ends up being in Portland. Who would have thought, man? Who would have thought Lillard and CJ actually win the championship, and Lillard, his loyalty to Portland actually paid off. All right, NBA 2K23, we have Kyrie and Trae Young being paired up together now with Christian Wood, Tim Hardaway, Reggie Bullock, Dwight Powell, Jaden Hardy, Josh Green, JaVale McGee. This team's pretty good. It's a pretty good Mavericks team. And the Hawks have Luka 97 overall, DeJounte Murray, Clint Capella, Double O, DeAndre Hunter, John Collins, Bogdan Bogdanovic, Sadiq Bey, AJ Griffin, Jalen Johnson. This team's hella stacked too. I could see both teams here now winning about 50 plus games in each of their conferences. There's no Cam Reddish. I didn't put Cam Reddish with the whole trade and whatnot because he doesn't play for the team anymore. And I told you guys I wouldn't be bothered. I couldn't be bothered doing it after the first few years. Officially, the starting 5 for the Hawks is Luka at the point guard, DeJounte Murray. So this is the first year with this duo and the first year for the Kyrie and Trae Young duo. But DeJounte at the shooting guard, DeAndre Hunter small forward, John Collins power forward, and Clint Capella at the center. Off the bench, they have Onyeka Okongwu, Bogdan Bogdanovic, Sadiq Bey, AJ Griffin, and Jalen Johnson. Whereas the Mavericks have Trae Young, Kyrie, Tim Hardaway, Reggie Bullock at the power forward, 6'6". I don't know how I feel about that. They also have Christian Wood, who was really good for them that year too. Off the bench, Jaden Hardy, Dwight Powell, JaVale McGee, Josh Green, and that is it. They're running a 9-man rotation. Their first matchup is pretty far down. January 18th, if I'm not mistaken, a few weeks before the trade deadline, and then they play again towards the end of the season. So that's actually pretty good. It's really good content over there. Okay, so a day before the matchup, the Mavericks honestly very disappointing. They're 18-27. Safe to say they're probably not going to make the playoffs. Whereas the Hawks are 39-5. They are, I'd say, pretty convincingly the number 1 seed and probably will be the number 1 seed out east. I'm actually very disappointed in the Mavericks. 18-27. What's going wrong over here, man? I actually forgot to take off injuries. Hopefully it didn't. Okay, it didn't. 45 games. So Trae Young did not get injured. Kyrie, as long as Kyrie and Trae Young didn't get injured, I don't really mind. 38 for 38. Oh, I think he actually got injured for a little bit, so that's my bad. He missed about 7 games, but I don't think those 7 games would have. Maybe they would have. Again, that's my bad. Luka missed or didn't miss 44 games. He could have. No, he didn't miss any games. DeJounte Murray played all games. So, okay. Yeah, that's definitely my bad. That's for sure my bad. But anyways, we're going to simcast this over here. And hopefully the Mavericks can win. It's going to be a blowout. This is the best team in the league right now. And one of the worst teams out west. So, this is like a damn near 40 point blowout over here. Trae Young dropped 31-4. And Luka 41, 14-9. This guy's probably going to win MVP. Especially with this record, he's for sure going to win MVP at this pace. Award races, yeah, Luka's #1. I don't think there's going to be any Trae Young anywhere. He already won MIP. I actually feel bad that I forgot to take off injuries, but hopefully it won't affect the league too much. I would hope not. Okay, so after the trade deadline, did any teams make any moves? The Hawks, okay. The Hawks made some moves. The Hawks did something. This is the first time we actually see a team do something. So outside of this trade, they signed Donovan Williams to the G League, Trent Forrest, Tyrese Martin, and Tyrese Martin. They called him back from the G League. But they traded John Collins and Aaron Holiday and got Russell Westbrook and Marcus Morris Sr. Okay, let's take a look at the team now. So Westbrook, I'm assuming, is going to be their backup point guard. He's an 82 overall. They also got a power forward, 76 overall. I don't know. Maybe they have Sadiq Bey starting, which isn't so bad. But Westbrook for the team, 13, 4, and 5. These stats are obviously a little mixed and matched with his Clippers days. But I'm actually interested to see how it's going to work out for them. And the Mavericks made a trade too. They made one trade. They sent AJ Lawson to the G League, McKinley Wright to the G League. They signed Davis Bertans to the G League. And damn, they traded Bertans and got Boban Marjanovic. I don't know how that's gonna help them. I mean, maybe with size, right? I don't even think he's going to get any PT for them, honestly. There's already 3 centers getting higher overall, so chances are they're going to get more minutes. Team stats. Offensively, the Hawks are 5th and the Mavericks are 13th. So offensively, I have a feeling the teams are always going to be good. It's just defense. The Hawks are #1 by a lot. By a huge amount. Wow, hold on. In today's day, having points allowed per game below 100 is ridiculous. And then the second best defensive team is 111. That is nuts. And the Mavericks are one of the worst defenses in the entire league. So hopefully that could change next season and 2K24, because they do have Derrick Jones and whatnot and all those big wing defenders that might disrupt the perimeter. But we'll go through the second and final game of their season. I'm pretty sure it's 6-1 right now for Luka and their matchups. Yeah, safe to say, regardless of those 7 missed Kyrie games, the team's not going to make the playoffs at 30-48. The Hawks are 67-10. God damn, 67-10. Anyways, we're going to simcast this over here. This is for a 7-1 or a 6-2 matchup right now. Looks like their Hawks are going to win. Yeah, the Hawks are winning. Luka and the Hawks are just... It was a pretty close game, though, to be fair. Trae Young dropped 36, 1-9. I feel like he did everything he could to try and win the game. And ultimately, just a triple-double from Luka, DeJounte, Jalen Johnson. Westbrook even had a good game in 25 minutes. Yeah, this team. I said it last time, but they might win the championship here. They might legit win the championship here. At the end of the season, Luka's your MVP, averaging 30 points, 10, basically a triple-double, 30, 10, and 11, 1.5 steals, 52 from the field, 87 from the free throw, and 43 from the three-point line. Rookie of the Year, Walker Kessler, insane stats. We have Cole Anthony, 6-man, Giannis DPOY, Naz Reid, MIP, and Quinn Snyder, 70 and 12. Damn, he almost beat the Golden State record. He could have. That was 70-12. He tied for the second best record in the whole league, Coach of the Year. And then Edward Henderson, Executive of the Year. Yep, you traded for Luka, man. That was all you. Only first, Luka and Trae Young both make it again. Trae Young averaged 32, 3, and 11 assists on 42 from the three-point line, about 50 from the field, and 91 from the free throw. So almost a 50-40-90 season again. Giannis, LeBron, and Jokic also make it. NBA second, James Harden, John Moran, Jason Tatum, Kevin Durant, Joel Embiid. NBA third, AD, Kat, Jimmy Butler, Stephen Curry, and Shea. All defensive first, Lonzo, Shea, Giannis, Evan Mobley, and Miles Turner. All defensive second, Bam Adebayo, Jaren Jackson Jr., Kristaps, PG, and Luka Doncic. Damn, Luka Doncic made an all defensive second. Now, honestly, I would have never predicted that. All rookie first, Walker Kessler, Paolo Banchero, Jalen Duran, Jabari Smith Jr., Jaden Ivey. All rookie second, Andrew Nembhard, Keegan Murray, Tari Eason, Chet Holmgren, and Mark Williams. The Mavericks did not make any play-in. I would assume the Hawks are the first seed versus the Toronto Raptors. So we'll go game by game again. Game 1 is a dub for the Hawks. They might go 16-0 here. Who the hell knows? They're up 2-0. I think I'm just going to simulate the round here. Simulate the round and the advance in 5 versus the Chicago Bulls. So they're going to get their lick back here possibly. Game 1 is a dub for the Bulls. Game 2 is a dub for the Hawks, so they tie it up, potentially take one. Oh, the Bulls are getting them some work right now. They're up through. No way the Chicago Bulls are going to do this right now. The Chicago Bulls are trying to protect Michael Jordan's legacy over here because they tied for the same record as that Jordan team. But it looks like they're gonna. It's a pretty close game. They might honestly get upset in a Game 5 series over here. It's a 3-point game with 8 minutes 50 to go. It looks like the Hawks are gonna pull through. They're definitely gonna pull through. So they force a Game 6, going back to Chicago over here. Hopefully they could force a Game 7. I would love to see one of them win a finals. Yeah, they're definitely forcing a Game 7. To be honest, I don't know how the hell this team went up 3-1. Game 7 in Atlanta. Luka, DeJounte, Clint Capella, double O. Looks like they're gonna advance to the Eastern Conference Finals. They turned it up. Last 2K they blew a 3-1 lead to the Bulls. This year the Bulls blew a 3-1 lead to them. They're in the Eastern Conference Finals now versus the Philadelphia 76ers. They take a 1-0 lead, 2-0 lead, 3-0 lead, simulate the round, and they advance in 5 versus the Lakers. This is going to be the real competition here. Game 1 is a dub for the Hawks. Game 2 a dub for the Hawks. Oh my god. It's 3-0 and it's 4-0, ladies and gentlemen. So far, we still have one more year, but Luka has the chip under his belt with Atlanta. He averaged 31 points, 8.5 rebounds, about 9 assists, 3 steals, 63 from the field and 56 from the 3-point line. That is insane. He only has 39 badges though. Only 39, and then in 2K22 he had 50 badges. Alrighty, in our last 2K to ultimately decide who had the better decision making for the GMs, we have Trae Young on the Mavericks. This is arguably his best team over here. He has Kyrie Irving 94 overall, Josh Green at the small forward, PJ Washington power forward, and Daniel Gafford at the center position. Off the bench, Daniel Gafford, Derrick Jones Jr., Dante Exum, Tim Hardaway. So we're seeing a very good Mavs team here. The defense is better. Trae Young actually has lob threats now. So ultimately what Luka went through his entire career about not having lob threats, and Trae Young having Clint Capella and lob threats alongside him like John Collins, he finally has some decent lob threats. I would say 3 of them. The 2 centers, Derrick Jones, PJ Washington even too. And for the Hawks, they have Luka, DeJounte Murray, Sadiq Bey, Jalen Johnson, Clint Capella. Off the bench, double O, Bogdan Bogdanovic, DeAndre Hunter, and AJ Griffin, with Bruno Fernando getting 9 minutes. You can say this is the best Hawks team too Luka has had. Luka's at 96, 97 overall, and Trae Young's at 89 overall. Their first matchup isn't until January 26th, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, January 26th, and then they play again towards the end of the season. So again, we'll simulate straight to January 26th. We'll take a look at the records. We'll take a look at team stats, player stats individually, and award races. Hopefully the Mavericks could actually make a push for the playoffs and not be a play-in team, but it looks like they're going to be either out of the play-in or fighting for a play-in spot. They're 20 and 25, which I would say is borderline play-in, like maybe 10 seed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh my god. They're the 12th seed right now. That is not good. Timberwolves are bad too. Suns, oh my god, yeah. I don't think they're making the playoffs this season. Whereas the Hawks are 34 and 10, the best in the East and the best all-around team in the entire league at the moment. Team stats: offensively, the Hawks are number 1. The Mavericks are number 6. Defensively, the Hawks are number 3, and the Mavericks, I would say this is their best defensive team, but they're the 3rd worst defense in the league. Ouch. Individually, we have 34 points per game from Trae Young, 3 rebounds, 12 assists, 1 steal. He's shooting 51 from the field, 45 about from the 3-point line, and 90% from the free throw. Whereas Luka's averaging 36.5, 10 rebounds, 11 assists, a steal and a half. He's shooting 55 from the field, 45 from the 3-point line, and 84 from the free throw. He's having his best season. No, you know what? I think that 42-point game average season was his best season. Not shooting-wise, but scoring-wise. And their first matchup of 2K24, it looks like the Hawks are going to blow them out. They just have no... Yeah, that's... God damn. Luka dropped 43, 14, and 11. He shot so bad, but scored 43. Whereas Trae Young, Trae Young had a pretty good game too. I'm surprised the team, these two combined for 83 points and you guys lost. That's nuts, man. That's nuts. Trae Young had 40 points, 3 rebounds, 10 assists, 3 steals. He shot the ball pretty poorly too. Damn. And they got blown out that badly. So we'll simulate a day after the trade deadline just to kind of see if they make any trades here. The Hawks did not, they did one trade. They traded Bruno Fernando for Eugene. I guess those 9 minutes weren't cutting it. And then Dallas Mavericks did they traded Dwight Powell for Sasha Viznikov. I don't know why the hell they would do that. Award races, Luka and Trae Young are both in the conversations. Personally, I don't know how the Mavericks have an MVP player in the conversations when they're, I don't know where the hell they are. I would say they're about like 9-10 seed play-in over here. But they do. They have someone definitely in there. League standings, the Hawks are still number 1, 42 and 10. And the Dallas Mavericks, I think they're 11th right now. This is 6 here, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. No, they're 12. There's still a definitely potential to be a play-in team here, but I don't know. I still highly doubt it. I highly doubt it. So what seems to be their potential last matchup ever in this video, unless I simmed through it by accident. My bad. Trae Young dropped 31, 2 and 11, and Luka dropped 38, 7 and 9. So it's safe to say Luka would make the Hawks better than Trae Young has made the Hawks, which I mean pretty obvious in some people's minds, but they tied for the same record too, 72 and 12, or sorry, 70 and 12. Luka is your MVP, Wembanyama Rookie of the Year, Russell Westbrook 6th Man, Giannis DPOY, Jonathan Kuminga MIP, and Quinn Snyder 70 and 12 Coach of the Year. All-NBA first, they still both make All-NBA first. Trae Young averaged 35, 2.5, almost 12 assists, finishing the season with 59 from the field, 42 from the three-point line, and 89 from the free throw. Luka dropped, these are ridiculous numbers, man. 36 points per game, about 10.5 rebounds, 11 assists, 1.5 steals, 54 from the field goal, 44 from the three-point line, and 85 exactly on the free throw line. So they both make All-NBA first, followed by Giannis, Jason Tatum, and Jokic. All-NBA second, Embiid, PG, LeBron, Tyrese, Anthony Edwards. All-NBA third, Shea, John Moran, Jaylen Brown, Julius Randle, and Domantas Sabonis. All defensive first, Herb Jones, Shea, Giannis, Kawhi, Wembanyama, and all defensive second, Chet, Osar Thompson, Jimmy Butler, Alonzo Ball, and Alex Caruso. All rookie first, we have Wembanyama, Chet, Amen Thompson, Trayson Jackson Davis, Brandon Miller. All rookie second, Taylor Hendricks, Derek Lively, Scoot Henderson, Keontae George, and Osar Thompson. The Mavericks climbed to 5th seed, 45 and 37. Damn, the bounce back on that needs a round of applause. The bounce back on that is insane. Offensively, 1 and 5 for the Hawks and the Mavericks. Defensively, the Hawks are number 2, and the Mavericks are still very bad, bottom of 5. So their offense must be stellar for them to be the 5th seed right now. God damn, the Hawks are versus the Bulls again, and then we have the Clippers, Mavs over here. So we'll go ahead and simulate the round. And the Mavericks lose in 6, the Hawks sweep. I accidentally simulated through the round by accident. I try to do game by game. It's just because I wasn't controlling the Hawks, but they're down 3-2 right now to the 76ers. And this is the force of game 7 to go back to Atlanta. It doesn't seem like it. They're gonna lose in the second round. But Luka got his championship. Jimmy Butler is in the finals versus Nikola Jokic, and Jimmy Butler wins in 6. Tyler Hero's your finals MVP to end off the series. So quick recap off the top of my head. First 2K, Trae Young got a Rookie of the Year, and that's about it. I don't think any of them made the playoffs until their third 2K, where Trae Young got eliminated in the first round, and Luka advanced to the second round, and I think he won MVP too. For 2K, I think this is where, honestly, I don't remember, but ultimately just Luka made the team better. He had 2 MVPs, 1 champion, 2 times 70 and 12 records, and the most Trae Young ever really got is 1 Rookie of the Year, a few NBA first, and a few first round exits. But anyways, if you guys like the series, feel free to comment down any other hypothetical situations where a team doesn't trade their player for another player. Make sure to share it to your great grandmothers, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Deuces Maluses.